Hey guys, Terminator here, bringing you another episode of the Platinum Trophy Show for April 2017. I hope everyone's had a great March so far and have been getting lots of Platinum Trophies. If you're not aware of what the Platinum Trophy Show is, basically this is a monthly show that I put together where we look at all the trophies that have popped on PSN profiles for the month of the previous month. So in this case, March 2017. We'll also have a look at those PlayStation Plus games and the easy platinums that are coming out of those for April 2017. We'll have a look at some of the delisted trophies and look at any specific call-outs that come out of it. Now, this is a really packed month, so I'm not going to muck around too much. I'm going to get straight into it with the PlayStation Plus games for April. So we've got 6 titles, 2 for the PlayStation 4, 2 Vita cross-buy games with the PS4 and 2 PS3 games. So Drawn to Death, Love is in a Dangerous Space-Time on the PS4, 10 Second Ninja X and Curses and Chaos on the Vita, which are also playable on the PS4, and Invisimals, The Lost Kingdom and Alien Rage on the PlayStation 3. So Drawn to Death is where we're going to start. This is a brand new title being released for the first time on PlayStation Plus. It's a online... Well, it says online shooter, hack and slash, beat 'em up. So it's an online arena shooter, basically, where you compete against other players in PvP. The trophy list doesn't look too bad, apart from it being obviously an online game. If we scroll down here where the golds are, getting 600 kills, play and finishing 50 matches, getting first place in 25 matches, reach floor 15. I think this must be a PvE mode. Win a match of Organ Donor, get 2 characters to level 15, that's probably for highest level in the game. And solve all of the riddles, must be some sort of collectible. The trophy names are a little bit obscure, the descriptions are still pretty helpful. I also imagine that getting first place in 7 matches could be quite difficult. Rolls up to the 25 one. That's all the gold trophies. The rest of the bronzes look like just sort of miscellaneous things. Completing training, discover the lost in shooting gallery, destroy 3 moon rocks in shooting gallery. So a few random miscellaneous things that you need to complete along the way as well. The next list for the PS4 is Love is in a Dangerous Space-Time. As of today, just before Plus goes live, obviously, for everybody, there's just shy of 2,000 owners with 107 players who have gotten the Platinum, which makes it look a little bit difficult. Over on PlayStationTrophies.org, there is a guide. They say it's about a 5.5 out of 10, and it's going to take between 20 and 40 hours, so manage your expectations there. It's probably going to take a decent amount of time playing through the game and collecting all the space friends, then cleaning up the campaign as a second and third playthrough by the looks of it. There's some collectible and boss specific trophies as well that you need to be aware of. Over on the PlayStation Vita, we've got Curses and Chaos, a hack and slash beat 'em up. Unfortunately, this game doesn't have a platinum trophy like the previous 2 do. This is just a standard trophy list with 21 bronzes, so no golds and no silvers, unfortunately, as well. We've got a lot of games to get through for the month of March, so I'm not going to focus too much time on these next few that don't have platinums. Okay, the next is 10 Second Ninja X, again, another Vita game that's on the PlayStation 4 as well. 9 bronze, 2 silvers, and 1 gold. No platinum, unfortunately, again. It doesn't look like a too bad list. Earn 75 stars, earn 25 stars, jump off the ship. All sort of miscellaneous things. I'm guessing the stars are, you probably earn 3 stars per level, so earning 300 is probably getting all of them. Equip a character skin. Yeah, the hardest thing being earning 300 stars. Okay, over on the PlayStation 3, we've got Invisimals, The Lost Kingdom. This is something I endeavoured to start many, many years ago. It's an easy-ish platinum. If I pull up the PlayStationTrophies.org, we can pull up the trophy list here. The trophy guide, I should say, that was written. It's a 2 out of 10, and it's going to take between 10 to 15 hours. So let's say about 12. 47 trophies. Play through the game and collect all the collectibles on the first playthrough. And then on a second playthrough, just clean up anything you've missed. Maybe go through the game the first time and then the second time collect the collectibles. Let's have a look at what the most difficult trophy is in the game. Collecting 1300 Z-Sparks, that's just the standard thing that you earn in the game, like rings in Sonic, for example. Collecting 200 Sparks. And that's one of the collectibles. Collect all pup idols. Unlock all vault doors. Yeah, that's basically get all the collectibles. Those are the most challenging things. Probably people play through it once and then are too lazy to go back for a second playthrough, similar to me. Alien Rage is the final game coming out for the PlayStation 3. This one, again, doesn't have a platinum. It's got 20 bronze trophies, unfortunately, so no platinum trophy there. The key art looks pretty cool. The game is a little bit old. There's a guide here from 2013 on PlayStationTrophies.org. A 5 out of 10 and 8 to 12 hours difficulty, depending on skill. There's 3 missable trophies, and there is a difficulty mode. So it could be worth going back and playing these PS3 games. Obviously, this one here doesn't have a platinum, so something to be aware of if you are going to go back and play them. The only ones that have a platinum this month are Drawn to Death, Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, and Invisimal's The Lost Kingdom. With Drawn to Death, Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, 10 Second Ninja X, and Curses and Chaos all being playable on the PlayStation 4, which is probably what most of you are concerned about. As of when I'm going to upload this, you've still got a couple of days to download March's games. So Tearaway Unfolded and Disc Jam are both really, well, Tearaway being a really easy platinum and Disc Jam not having one. Lumo, Under Night and Birth, and Earth Defense Force 2025 and Severed on the Vita. So if you haven't got these already, make sure you go and download them so you own them. You can play them anytime after that. And you've still got a couple more days to do that. Now let's go and have a quick look at the unachievable games for this month over on PlayStationTrophies.org. Last month we talked about Onimusha Soul and Tekken Revolution. These have both now closed, according to this. I actually haven't double-checked, but if you were after those ones, I would definitely be checking the community before you start them at this point, because chances are they've been closed down. No massive things that are coming up anytime soon. WWE 2K16, apparently in May 2017 is going to close down. And Pro Evolution Soccer 2016 is apparently closing on the 23rd of August. There's been nothing else that I've sort of seen any buzz around online or in any other threads, so nothing too much to worry about not being able to platinum for the meantime. Okay, guys, and that's all of that. Let's get on to the games that came out in March. Okay, so last month, the last game we talked about was Ghost Recon Wildlands, and we got around to Unearthing Mars. So we'll start from there. Going through, and I think the first thing we're going to talk about this month is LEGO Worlds. So LEGO Worlds launched on the 7th of March this year. As you can see here, I have jumped in and played a little bit of it, very briefly though. It has a reasonably difficult trophy list in comparison to other LEGO games. It is a little bit different to other LEGO games as well. You're not progressing through a traditional story. You're more going in and finding creation materials and tools. So you've got to think a little bit more like Dragon Quest Builders or Minecraft in this case, but definitely not as robust as either of those games. At the moment, we've got 2,500 or thereabouts owners, and only 30 people have got the platinum, which is pretty low for a LEGO game that's been out for almost a month now. Now, the most difficult trophy in this list is the Billionaire, which is for collecting 1 billion studs. Generally, that's pretty standard for any LEGO game to have a stud collecting trophy, as well as collecting all the gold bricks. In this case, there are slightly higher percentages just because of the nature of the game and probably the fact that not a lot of people are jumping on the game as well. I won't spend too much time on it because we have to get through a lot of games this month, so let's keep moving forwards. Okay, so we had the Kingdom Hearts collection, which actually launched last week. Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, and Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. They all have a platinum trophy associated with them, and the lists, I believe, are exactly the same as they were on the PlayStation 3. I'm not going to go into them because I don't want to risk spoiling anything for anyone who hasn't played them or anyone who's looking forward to playing them. But just know that if you purchase that Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 remix remastered edition, I guess, for the PS4, you can potentially get 4 platinum trophies out of it. And if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan, then that's fantastic. Next up, we've got Mass Effect Andromeda. That came out about 2 weeks ago now on the 21st of March. Let's have a look through this really quickly. I have jumped in and started this myself. I'm not very far, just past the just past the initial tutorial and things like that. The game currently has 11,850 owners with only 18 Platinum Achievers. It's an incredibly low Platinum achievement rate, especially for a AAA title like this that's been out for a while. It's possible that there's either something incredibly difficult or it's people aren't sticking with the game for as long, potentially because of the low review scores. So the hardest few trophies in the game are bronze and silvers here for completing 20 remnant puzzles in the single playthrough. Unlock rank 6 for each single player profile type, or obtain a level 6 multiplayer bonus stat. So this could be for maxing out your characters in single player or online, which potentially could take a bit of time. And then completing the romances with 3 different characters across all playthroughs. So again, you've got to romance characters in Mass Effect. Everyone's familiar with that. And you've obviously got to play the game in a specific way to romance those characters. So it could require multiple playthroughs to get promoting a strike team to level 20 and completing an insanity single-player game or 5 gold multiplayer extractions from the fire base. It's something they did in Mass Effect 3 as well, where they gave you the option of either doing something in multiplayer or something in single player to unlock a trophy, which is a really cool idea. It means that once the servers are turned off for Mass Effect in the distant future, you'll still be able to hopefully get that platinum trophy by completing a equally difficult objective in the single player mode. I'm not going to go too much further down from here because I don't want to spoil anything for those Mass Effect fans. I know that there could potentially be some spoilers in this list, but just know that it is a relatively difficult platinum at this stage. It's looking sort of like a 9 or an 8 out of 10, just based on the percentages. Alright, let's keep moving through. Dying Reborn got another list for the PlayStation Vita, only in North America though, unfortunately. We talked about that game a little bit last month being a really easy PlayStation 4 Platinum trophy, and I do have some video content coming for that shortly as well, so look out for that in the next week or so. Okay, the next game we'll talk about is Skyforge. So Skyforge, I started this recently as well. Unfortunately, not many people are playing it at this stage, so I've got 143 owners at the moment on the EU list. Skyforge is a hack and slash MMO. You play as a character who's a god, or as how they're referred to in the game, and you've got to go and complete missions and sort of save mortals, I guess, and do quests for them. It's been around a long time on the PC, and it's just recently come to the PS4. It's really cool so far. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. The trophy list does look relatively hard. 2 gold trophies, 11 silvers, and 34 bronze. So it's really heavy on bronze for the list. Now, there's a lot of trophies that haven't been completed by anybody yet, probably just because there's not a lot of people playing it. In fact, about half of the list is not completed by anybody, all the way down to here. I don't think it's reflective of the trophies being too difficult or being glitched. I think it's just a lack of people playing the content. Generally in an MMO, you need to spend a decent amount of time with the game to get those to complete those objectives and to get those trophies, and I think this is no different to that. I'm going to stick with this for another couple of weeks, and I'll see how I get on, and hopefully I can update everyone next month when I record the next episode of the show. But so far, there's a lot of things: completing raids, winning 100 battles, completing over 1,000 different adventures with an S rank, completing 100 adventures with S rank, winning 10 battles, defeating 500 mortals, becoming an elder god. I'm guessing that's sort of like ascending or prestiging, defeating a plague ravager, defeat the avatar. These must be bosses. Defeat the blah blah blah. Yeah. Defeating 50 immortals. That's probably PvP. Completing all upgrades, complete 10 group adventures, playing with friends, I guess, complete all upgrades in the Knight Temple, the Gunslinger Temple, so these are all different classes, become a god. So the thing about this game is it's currently in early access. You have to pay if you want to get access to it, which is why the numbers are so low, but it is going to become free to play, I think, in the middle of next month. So there'll be a lot more people playing it then, and the trophies will be a lot more reflective of the ability to earn the platinum at that point as well. Okay, another one I want to look at is Leave the Nest. The reason being is just the pictures and the imagery around it make it look like it could potentially be a really easy platinum trophy. I'm not 100% on how difficult the game actually is, just because we haven't got a lot of people playing it, and I don't think it's actually come out. It looks like these could be reviewers playing it, or they could be people within the industry who have gotten codes early, because I can't seem to find it on any of the different PlayStation stores around the world. But the trophy list doesn't look too bad. It's got 24 bronze, 8 silver, 4 gold, and 1 platinum. Fly through 10 windows, fly through 25 windows, fly through 50 windows, touch the sky, fly for a minute, fly for 5 minutes, fly for 10 minutes. So some of these seem really, really easy. Get a 5 times multiplayer, get a 15 times multiplayer, dive for 2 seconds. Yeah, this potentially could be an easy game. When it comes out, we'll only know once the game finally launches and more people are playing it. Like I said, it's always really hard to determine the difficulties of games when not many people are playing it. And down here, we've got about 15 trophies for unlocking particular characters within the game, which again could be difficult, might not be. Okay, let's keep going up. So Troll and I launched. I'm not particularly certain on what this game was. The reason it interested me was because it had 7 gold trophies, which is always pretty nice, bumping up those golds and silvers with a small amount of bronzes. No platinum achievers yet. It doesn't look like this has been a huge release, to be honest. So we'll find out over the next month or so when someone puts a guide together. But no one's got the platinum yet for collecting all the idols and maxing out all the skill points. Probably a collectible-based trophy. They generally do take a little bit longer, especially if not a lot of people are playing it. Yeah, that's the only one that people haven't owned yet. So it's possible that it's it's just one of those collectible ones. I would say more than a glitch, rather than a glitch. Complete the game in co-op is probably a bit of a pain as well. Collecting all the diary entries, close all the fractures, destroy all hunter sirens. Again, this one I would say looks relatively easy, but we'll find out when a guide launches, hopefully next month. I want to have a look at Flat Out 4 quickly. Now, this isn't the easiest game to platinum. It does have 12 platinum achievers out of 373. I've played it for a couple of hours myself. It's very similar to a mixture of sort of the Burnout and the Dirt series of games. You've got a lot of freedom, and your driving ability you've got a lot of freedom in your driving ability, similar to Burnout, where you can be a bit more reckless, you can turn on the NOS, and it's a lot of fun like that. But then the tracks are all off-road type tracks, and the cars are very reflective of that as well, similar to Dirt. Maybe some of the more arcadey Dirts, I think Dirt Showdown and stuff like that, which wasn't is grounded in reality. The game is the single player portion of the game looks relatively easy to earn the trophies in. The only issue is there's a multiplayer portion of the game, which is going to take a decent amount of time for people to complete. Winning a race online, 10 races online, 25 races online, that's always a pain unless you're boosting. Upgrade an all-star car to maximum, that's single player. Purchase all cars in the game, that's going to take a decent amount of time because you don't earn money very easily. We've got a couple more offline. Slam 100 opponents online. Win 15 races in arena mode. That's offline as well, actually. 20 races in assault mode online. 5 races in assault mode online. There was one other one. I've probably missed it. It could be the survivor of 5 death matches. But anyway, the game is pretty fun if you're into those racing sort of arcadey type games like Burnout. The only issue being that it does have a pretty heavy online portion, and because the community is relatively small, I imagine it's going to be one of those kind of games that you're going to have to look at boosting. Okay, let's have a look at Everything, which came out on the PlayStation 4 about 2 weeks ago as well. Again, I jumped in and played a couple of hours of this. So far, it's pretty hard to describe what this actually is. You sort of get put into an open world, and you can take control of anything within that world, whether it be a plant or a molecule or an animal, all the way up to a island, a planet, solar system, stars. It's pretty incredible actually what you can do. The game doesn't really give you a lot of direction in what you're supposed to do, so it can be a little bit challenging finding things to do, and it's pretty enormous as well, similar to No Man's Sky, where you can just sort of branch out and do whatever you want, which makes it a bit of a challenge. We haven't got a lot of players or platinum achievers yet, But 13% is pretty good considering the game's been out for 2 weeks, and we've got a pretty low percentage of people playing it. I would say that this is probably a relatively easy platinum, maybe sitting at around maybe a 3 or 4 out of 10, and I would say it will take you about 10-12 hours to complete. It is pretty heavy on bronzes, with 5 golds and 11 silvers. The other cool thing about this game is that there's a setting in the game which allows you to let the game play itself. You can put the controller down basically, and the game will sort of move your avatar around, controlling different things within the environment, and you can earn trophies that way as well. So it's possible that you could leave the game on and it might actually ping quite a few trophies for you while you're not playing. The names of the trophies themselves don't really give too much away in terms of what you're supposed to do. Everything renews itself. Everything finally begins. I think these are for finishing the game in multiple times. Everything transforms itself over and over, and everything transforms itself over. So I'm guessing that these are for finishing the game, or whatever they deem the ending of the game, or the ending of life, or whatever it may be. I'm going to play with it a little bit more this month, especially because it does look really easy, and I'll see if I can earn the platinum in it and let you guys know, or at least get further in it so I can give you a bit more of an update. Okay, let's have a look at Kona next, which came out earlier this month as well. So again, this is a really hard one to describe. Survival open world mystery is probably the best way to describe it, like it's got there. 18 bronze, 13 silver, 4 gold, and 1 platinum. 210 owners, which again is really low, and only 22 platinum achievers. A lot of these games this month, not a lot of people are playing. It's probably because we had such a strong amount of AAA titles coming out. We had Horizon, obviously, at the beginning of the month. Neo last month, Mass Effect this month, Ghost Recon as well, Nier Automata. We've had a lot of really, really strong games, and I'm thinking a lot of these indies are falling by the wayside. The cool thing about this game, you're in sort of a open world environment in Canada. It's covered in snow. You have a vehicle. You've got to drive around and solve mysteries as you go. You investigate a convenience store and you find a dead body, and you've got to sort of solve clues and puzzles to uncover the mysteries that are happening in the game as you go. I would say the trophies in this are relatively easy. You're probably going to require a couple of playthroughs of the game to finish it, maybe 2 or 3, just because there are a couple of trophies for playing in a specific way. What have we got down here? Completing the game without smoking or drinking, for example, finding all the campfires. It's sort of a collectible that will take a bit of time. A couple of miscellaneous things for lighting a dark area, complete the game without firing a gun, taking all the pictures, these are collectibles, finishing all the chess games, again a collectible, shooting a flare at the night. There's one for completing the entire game without using a vehicle, which would take a really long time because the map is quite large, and it's something you'd have to specifically go out in a playthrough to do. Then finding the talismans, again another collectible. So yeah, probably a couple of playthroughs on this. I do have a few videos which I'm going to publish, again, hopefully next week or the week after, about this game, and sort of share some more of my thoughts and dive a little bit deeper into it. I'm actually really enjoying it so far, and I'll definitely be going back and getting the platinum on this one because it's a lot of fun. Okay, I think we'll have a look at Ukulele next. Again, this game hasn't come out yet. It's coming out later. It's actually next week, early April, and for the EU on the 11th. When I looked at this originally, there's a lot of collectible-based trophies. I'm not completely surprised because Banjo-Kazooie had a similar thing in the game where you had to get a lot of collectibles to finish that game. So 145 pages, I'm guessing that's one of the collectibles in the game. Purchasing a move, equipping a tonic, collecting health extenders, sort of a lot of collectible type things. Not completely surprising for a mascot platformer. Collect all 1,010 quills. Complete some of these quests. Defeat the World 1 boss, World 4 boss, World 5 boss. Yeah, it doesn't look like too bad of a list. It's got 16 bronze, 16 silver, 3 gold, and 1 platinum. Looking forward to this coming out next month. It should be a lot of fun. Okay, so APP is a PC game that's recently come across to the PS4. It's a competitive shooter. I think it's free to play. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a platinum, and there's an annoying trophy in there for getting 1,000 kills or 10,000 kills or something silly like that. This has been on PC for ages. Neverwinter's got another list. Freedom Planet's finally come across to PS4. That's sort of a Sonic ripoff that's been developed. It's been on the PC, I think, recently as well. Okay, The Inner World. So this is another point-and-click adventure game. I know we all love those. There was a guide put up on PlayStationTrophies.org, which is stating that the game will take you around 2 hours to complete, so really, really nice and quick one. It's got 1 platinum, 7 golds, 8 bronze, and 8 silvers. Completing the different chapters in the game, there's trophies that are associated with those, as well as a few miscellaneous things. I would say this is another one that's going to get guides galore around it, so fortunately it should be a really nice, quick and easy platinum. This one here is probably the call out of the month, even though we haven't finished all the games yet. Just in terms of easiest platinum that came out this month, I would definitely say this is it. So keep an eye on this one. Definitely go and check out that guide, and it should be a really cheap platinum. I think it's about $11 at the moment if you've got PlayStation Plus. So pretty cheap to purchase as well. Okay, a few lists that have been re-uploaded for different regions, and let's go on to page 1. So we've also got Use Your Words. This looks like a party game that's come to the PS4. Well, it hasn't come out yet. That's coming to the PS4. I would say similar to the Jackbox games, you can manipulate the trophies in those because you can control all the players. This one does have a platinum trophy. I'm not sure when it's coming out, but the trophies do look really easy. I'm not going to go into it just for the essence of time. But I would say look out for this one because this one could potentially be really easy as well. MLB The Show came out 17. Last year, MLB The Show was incredibly, incredibly difficult. I'm not sure what it's like this month. Not a lot of people have earned any of the trophies yet. No one's got the platinum at this stage. Again, I'm not going to click on it just in the essence of time. But I saw that Brian over at PS4 Trophies is playing it at the moment, and I know he's a big MLB guy, so I'm sure that he'll have some guides up there for you if you want to go and check those out. We've got Drawn to Death coming out on the PS4 as well for PlayStation Plus. We've already talked about that. Okay, Old Time Hockey. This is sort of as you can see here in the image, a sort of arcadey ice hockey type game. The platinum doesn't look too hard. We don't have many achievers at the moment, 80 owners and 1 platinum achiever. I think the game only came out 2 days ago or 3 days ago. Something to that effect. But the cool thing about it is it's got 6 golds and 12 silvers and only 4 bronze. So I would say that's pretty positive in terms of earning some silvers and some golds. The trophies don't all look too bad. There looks like there's a few story-related trophies. So win the bench brawl in the story game, silence the ice. Again, finishing different story mode objectives or story mode levels in the game, so a little bit different to a normal sports game, I suppose. And then a couple of random things: check a teammate along with an opponent, win enough fights in one game to have at least 10 opposing players fatigued, which is kind of funny. Maxing out the progression stars, finish one story mode plus session on any difficulty, and finishing story mode on any difficulty. So finishing the game, obviously, multiple times. So yeah, I would say this looks like it's going to be a pretty easy one as well. Hopefully we get a guide at some point next month, which can let us know a little bit more detail about the game. Okay, let's have a look at Has Been Heroes. Just conscious of time here because I don't want to go over too much on this month's episode. So we'll try and get through these fast. So Has Been Heroes is sort of a Plants vs. Zombie lane tower defense kind of game. Pretty cool sort of hook to it, similar to Plants vs. Zombies. So the platinum hasn't been earned by anyone yet, only 55 owners and 0 platinum achievers. The game's only come out in the North America at the moment. It hasn't come out in Europe yet. I think we're getting it next week. So I'll be able to give you some more information about it once I've actually tried it out myself. But it's for playing through the game multiple times. Play through the game 5 times, 6 times, and 7 times. No one's earned those trophies yet, so I'm guessing similar to Plants vs. Zombies, you've got to complete things quite a lot to get the trophies. Unlocking different skins for characters, probably for doing certain objectives in the game. Yeah, actually a lot of skins for characters, and those doesn't look like they've been unlocked. Unlock the Magician. This could be another character to play as in the game. Fulfill the Grand Soul Orb 10 times, 15 times, 25 times, 50 times, and 100 times. So that must be some sort of, it's either a collectible or it's some sort of power-up that you can do. People have gotten to around 15 so far, so that's probably reflective of not many people playing the game and it only being out for a few days. But we'll keep an eye on this one for next month as well. There's a few of them that are in that situation, unfortunately, with so many things coming out and not a lot of people playing them. Let's keep going. I'm going to skip Rain World because I don't know a lot about it. I know it does have a platinum and it's part of the Plus promotion at the moment, but I just don't know enough about this game. World to the West is the same thing. Let's have a look at that. I'm kind of curious because of that really awful image that they've got there. 1 platinum, 3 golds, 15 silvers, and 18 bronzes. There's no indication of what this game is. It says Puzzle Adventure Indie. I've actually not heard of this game ever before. There's one forum post from a year ago that it was announced. Someone was excited about it then, but the game has taken ages to come out by the looks of it. All of the trophy descriptions are those vague ones. Through the lens, they saw only the ruins and despair. A lens he crafted to see the threads of time unfold. Yep, they're the ones that don't really give anything away. So I'm not sure what this is, or why they've used a terrible piece of artwork for their trophy list there. Just the name of the game, it seems strange, but people might be excited about it. We'll see, hopefully, when more gets announced. Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life Special Edition has come out. This is a PS2 emulated game on the PlayStation 4. It does have a platinum, so that's pretty neat. Okay, Parappa the Rapper Remastered. So, Parappa the Rapper has a Platinum Trophy, which is really cool. The Remastered Edition, Parappa the Rapper 2, when it came from a PS2 emulation, didn't have a Platinum. It just had a normal trophy list, unfortunately. So this is pretty cool that they've done that this time around. This game was tough as nails when it was on PS1. It was really short, like half an hour to finish the whole game, but it was really, really hard, especially on harder difficulties. So this game is probably going to be reflective of that. I imagine that there's some added difficulties and things chucked in there. Again, the trophy list is for doing certain things and completing different rankings. Completing the game on easy, normal, find all the secrets on every stage, prove that you know your way around the microphone, don't miss a beat in any stage on normal difficulty. So that there, I would already say, is probably really, really hard. Not missing any of the beats throughout the entirety of the game. Earning a cool rating for stage 6 on normal. Cool rating on stage 5 for normal. These were the goals there for doing cool ratings. I guess that's the highest ranking you can get on normal difficulty for a particular stage. So yeah, this is exciting. This comes out next week as well. I'll definitely be checking this one out too. Wouldn't say it's a particularly super easy platinum though at this stage. Okay, a couple of non-platinum lists. Salt and Sanctuary finally came out on the Vita and it got another list, which is awesome. Nightmares from the Deep 2. We talked about the original Nightmares from the Deep a couple of weeks ago now. Well, a couple of months ago when it came out on the PS4 as well, actually, being a point-and-click adventure game. The original one was about 9 or 10 hours from memory to get the Platinum Trophy, and it was super easy. This is exactly the same. I'm not going to go into the list just because we're running out of time here. But again, definitely worth checking this one out when it's on sale. I think it's about $12 or $19 on the US store at the moment. So once a guide is put up for this one, it will be incredibly, incredibly easy. Has Been Heroes we've talked about, and same with Skyforge. Those are stacking lists for the US and EU. This one here, Aereo, I guess, has a Platinum Trophy. It sort of looks a little bit like Thumper or Rez on the rails sort of rhythm type game with shooting elements as well. This could be quite cool. I imagine it's going to be difficult. Unfortunately, it's got 63 bronze, no silvers, 1 gold and 1 platinum, which sort of sucks. The payoff really isn't there for playing it. The Inner World, again, has another trophy list, so if you want to get a stacking list on the US and EU, you can pick the game up on both regions and get an easy platinum in only a few hours, like I said before. Okay, let's have a look at Snake Pass quickly. So only 2 people have got the platinum at this stage. The game is pretty challenging to finish. I've been playing a little bit. Got 1 platinum, 4 golds, 13 silvers, and 16 bronze. The hardest thing in the game, I would say, is probably for finishing, collecting all the collectibles in the game. I'm guessing that's probably what it's going to be. Complete every level without dying. Okay, well that's equally as hard. So not dying in any of the levels, and some of them do get pretty tricky. Disturbed a gatekeeper idle in every level. Collected 2 keystones without touching the floor. Jeez. Completed Lazy Lagoon without touching the water. Okay, so it's for finishing certain things in certain levels, as well as collecting all the gatekeeper coins. I thought that would probably be the hardest thing, because some of those are really difficult to find. You don't need them to finish the level, but you obviously do for the platinum. And it's a gold. I would say that once it all gets balanced out, and these things here, there will probably be guides on how to do them. I would say likewise for this as well, but I reckon that will end up being one of the harder things in the game. If not, just don't finish every level without dying is probably also going to be quite high up there. The rest of the stuff, I would say, is not too bad. Using snake vision, received a gift, collected all of the water wisps. I haven't played enough of it to know for certain yet, but the game is really cool. I would recommend checking it out as well, because it is a lot of fun. Alright, let's keep going. Some more Japanese lists that have been put up. Star Ocean Till the End of Time got a trophy list. Deer Simulator. Okay, Lego City Undercover got a trophy list. This is a game that was on the Wii U originally, and it's come across to the PS4, or it's coming across to the PS4 next month. Well, this month now, actually. We're in April. I'm not going to go into it, just in the essence of time, but it does look like a very time-consuming trophy list. The game was pretty huge in terms of Lego games, being a big open-world Lego game similar to sort of GTA. And the Batman games sort of had a similar thing where you could explore the open world. And they are more time-consuming than the more linear Lego games like your Star Wars and Lego Movie and things like that. So Persona 5 had its trophy list go up as well. Again, this is another one that's going to take you probably 100 or so hours. I know Persona 4 was around that for doing certain things. There's no guide up yet for it. I'm not going to click on it because I'm actually looking forward to this game, and I don't want to see what the trophies are yet because I don't want it spoiled for me while I play through it the first time. But I'm sure I'll have some more to share on that next month. Dying Reborn got another trophy list for the Vita. I'm guessing this is probably the EU trophy list, which hasn't gone live yet. So Sniper Peak Ghost Warrior 3 comes out next month. This has got 36 bronze, 8 silvers, 3 golds, and 1 platinum. I played the other Sniper Ghost Warrior games, so this could be interesting when it comes out. The issue you're going to have here is probably going to be multiplayer-based trophies again. I'm just going to try and skim through this quickly because this is a new list that's just gone up recently. Complete 10 points of interest in one playthrough, 20 points of interest in one playthrough. Tag 5 enemies, do 5 stealth kills. Okay, it actually doesn't look like there's any multiplayer trophies in this. I think the last one was bogged down really heavily with multiplayer trophies, which is what put me off it. This one here doesn't, so this looks like it could actually be a little bit more enjoyable. Alright, we've got Blackwood Crossing. I'm not sure what that game is. Let's have a look at that one quickly. I have seen a trailer for this. So we've got 8 golds, 5 silvers, and 9 bronze. This one comes out next week as well, on the 4th of April. Acquire your life powers, psychokinesis powers, set the emotions free. This looks like another, like a story, maybe point and click adventure game. We haven't got any details apart from that it's an adventure game here at this point. It's got a short trophy list though, so that's always a really good sign, especially when you're looking for easy trophies. Sometimes it means that the developer doesn't really appreciate trophies too much, so they just chuck whatever they can in there to meet the requirements. We'll have a look at this one here, which is INVIZIMALS. So this game came out this week as well, but the trophy list has only just gone up. In fact, it's so new it doesn't even have an image yet, so that's pretty cool. 8 bronze, 7 silver, 7 gold, and 1 platinum. I saw a few reviews for this one come out. It didn't get reviewed super highly. It's like an underwater sort of exploration game. I think a Metroidvania sort of style, but I think it's also top-down. The trophy images are a bit strange. And the descriptions are too. I can do this. Underwater chests with gold. Is that you playing my game? You can do this. So sort of vague descriptions, not really explaining too much of what the trophies actually are. We're doomed. That escalated quickly. I'd like to say that these are all story related, but I seriously doubt it, especially when some of them have numbers on the things. 1,000th death. So I'm guessing it's for dying 1,000 times. You have a serious problem, got to catch them all. Maybe for collecting something, collecting 50 of something. It only hurts the first time, it's probably for dying once. Now that is the real ending for finishing the game, I'm guessing. Yeah, again, it could be an interesting list. We'll see some more information about that, hopefully, over the coming days. Okay, I think that's where we're going to call it there, just because we're running out of time. There's a couple of new games that have just popped up while I've been recording this, actually. So Morality Blitz, Armor Galliant, and Mr. Mesegi? I'm not sure what that is. These are all brand new. They've literally just appeared in the middle of me recording. So I don't want to talk to them because I don't really know anything about them. The Sniper and Sniper Ghost Warrior and also Blackwood appeared while I was talking as well, but I have heard of those games, so I feel a bit more comfortable with those. But we'll wait till next month to discuss these ones. Geez, I have no idea what this is. 16, yeah. We'll wait till next month to talk about those, and we can I can go into a little bit more detail, hopefully, when there's some more information about them, and I can do a bit more research about them rather than just going in blind. Okay, I think that's everything then. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope that you got something out of it. And I should have some more videos coming up soon as well. We should have the final episode of the top 10 easiest platinums from 2016. And then I'm going to start on another series which should be popping up the next week or so as well. They've all been recorded, so they just need to be edited and uploaded. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and share. My subscriber count's been increasing pretty consistently, which is awesome, which means that you guys are obviously enjoying the videos. I appreciate any comments that you leave. It's really helpful to boost self-esteem for me. I'm just starting out on this thing. And also let me know what you liked and didn't like. If there's something that you didn't like, tell me so we can change it for next episode. Don't just leave a dislike. It doesn't necessarily help as much. So happy to tailor things to what people are wanting. But let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Terminator out.